always say, I'm listening. I'm over here by the bus stop. The car is right there. Got my tripod on top of the trunk. But as I always say, I'm listening. And I have to come off with a perspective. Because I can't just listen and then leave the videos thinking that I know something or share the video. People get the wrong ideas. But I have to come back with perspectives. And the fact is, when you weigh it all out, say between Israel and the United States, Iran, you see what it really is. And you wonder why does America get involved with a situation that they really don't have to get involved with. And it was mentioned that Israel is pretty much the thorn in American society's side, whether they want to agree or disagree. And it's true. Let's whittle it on down. Let's get deep. Why? First of all, you got the perfect person to become a puppet in a situation, especially when you tie it into the Epstein files and you find out that he was pretty much mixed in with the Mossad, possibly CIA, and all these different organizations. When you think a little deeper and, like I say, beyond or below the surface of what's happening and the narratives and news that we're getting now, if you've thought before, what you're hearing now about the situation is basically affirmation. I remember when, okay? When I was young, I did some things that wasn't right. And few people knew about it. I'll give you some examples. Few people knew about this, what I did. But they never said anything about it to anyone else about it, right? They never disclosed the information to anyone. For years. And two, that couldn't be trusted because the information got out to people that kept it secret and quiet. They never confronted me about it to straighten me out about it or anything like that. I never did that again, but as the time went on, we have this bipolar relationship. One minute we're getting along and the next minute we're not. So me, I'm trying to figure out why I did it. Because it haunted me throughout my life. Why did I do it? Then finally, some people might say it was the Holy Ghost. They might say it was Jesus, whatever. But let's just say I was going to church and the whole church knew about it, but kept it silent, kept it quiet. Neither here or there. What I'm getting to is this. I was finally approached years later by someone dear to me about the issue. When they approached me, I said, yes, I did. Okay? But where was all the correction before and after that, in my young years, that could have actually put me in a position where it could have actually prevented the issue. My real point here is this. When they approached me with the question, I did not run away from the question. I admitted it. Yeah, I was wrong. But I didn't know. But I admitted it. I didn't run away from the question. I didn't shy away from the question. I didn't lie. Because after that, I figured out that I'm not a liar. Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein. How you doing this morning? Jeffrey Epstein. Donald Trump is knee deep in shit because of those Epstein files. What I'm saying here is this. People that have been brought up being allowed to stomp their feet and get any damn thing they want to get and never getting their ass paddled or straightened out or corrected. Throughout the years, become arrogant. They become liars, manipulators, as you see right now, because nobody ever straightened them out. But yet they never came to the conclusion, or they came to the conclusion that the things that they're doing is wrong, but they're so high and mighty, so arrogant, so manipulative. Everything they accomplish is through their hard-heartedness. They become so hard that they don't want to admit where they were wrong. To where they can be a better person. All of these people, Yahoo, what's his name, Putin, all these people know what Trump is guilty of. They all know. I'm talking about the secret shit. I'm not talking about his apartment buildings that he put people out, but you can weigh all that out. Okay, you can weigh it all up. Because for the most part, nobody's out of apartments, before the war anyway, nobody's out of an apartment, a place to stay for the most part in Israel and Russia and places like that. It's just, it doesn't go like that. I mean, it's not as extreme, at least, like it is here in America. You can leave that part alone. But the hidden things that the files, they're hiding different information in the files, okay, involving him. Epstein was pretty much, what would I say, he was pretty much a conspirator, okay. It has been said he's not that billionaire. When you think about billionaires, in certain cases, what makes a billionaire other than the dirty deeds he does, the clout he builds? He can go anywhere and get anything he wants with a certain type of card that's tied to money that we don't have, money we don't see. It's basically clout and favor. Our favor is basically built on the system. Got to pay it back. Okay? But their system, as I found out, is basically what you call blacked. It's a Russian term for connection. It's pretty much an underground connection. This involves CIA, Mossad, and what have you. These people, they don't have to worry about nothing as long as they trod the line. So when you think about Trump, they got him. Yahoo, all of them are all involved. They got him, Trump, the president of us. You say, he's not my president, but the fact is, he's not my president, but he presides over this nation. They're all crooks, but yet they couldn't do that with Obama because this man is married. He's devoted to his wife and kids, however that goes. And the past presidents are pretty much devoted to, in a certain way, in some way, even in the most minute way, to their families. And some of them have a certain amount of integrity. Obama, I would say, have more integrity, although I'm mad at his ass for blowing up Libya. Okay? But Trump's integrity is sold. And in that, America is sold. Accept it or not. And it was to come biblically through the Bible. Now, God didn't write all that. Man forecast that some time ago. And when man forecasts that, you have certain people that read it as a script to go by. While we read it as a forecast of things to come. Things to come. But they read it as a byline to go by. Christian Zionists, for an example. These people want war. They see war as being the right thing to do. They haven't gotten past 5 to 1,000 years ago of conquering and pillaging in order to make a nation. This is a young place. America's young, but yet it's still going by an old book of destruction that's not good for the people of America. Now, if you don't want to believe it, keep living as long as we're going to live, as long as we can live. I'm just coming to you organically and real. Because the affirmation has been put forth. You happen to have a president, 2026, in the era of the considered Antichrist. Let's say he's an Antichrist. Well, he's one of them. He's not the. Tallarico's another man that's coming through here that's very favorable. Everybody likes him. He would possibly, don't listen, I didn't say so, but a man like him could possibly be the person that people are talking about being the Antichrist. Because he speaks love. He speaks all this stuff. Be careful, discern and listen. I'm holding my breath. I ain't gonna exhale yet. But Trump, he is the prime person to have in the position to control America. So America is actually being controlled by Netanyahu, Mossad, and people like that, and organizations like that. So as we move around here and enjoy our coffee, our beer, stop at McDonald's, and do what we have been doing as a society, we're caught up pretty much within a system that can take all that stuff away, make it uncomfortable for all of us, as we are. Some of us are now. I'm not comfortable, but yet it's not affecting me to the point that I hate people or I'm walking around doing anything bad to anybody or frowning at anybody, anything like that. I mean, hey, I try to uplift people, I'm going to enjoy myself. But this is not the time to be comfortable. We should, ever since enslavement, we should really realize that we cannot be comfortable. This is not a system to be comfortable in. Treat your neighbor as you want to be treated. Be lighthearted. Don't, if you can help somebody, I don't care whether they're white, blue, or green. Okay? If you can help somebody, help them. They want $1, all you have is a quarter, give them the quarter, let them know. If you can't help them, don't help them. So remember, This, what I'm talking about right now has something to do with Trump and Yahoo, Netanyahu. Trump is being manipulated, affecting our economy, causing wars in other places that really don't. It has nothing to do with us, really. We're just being brought into a situation that's going to worsen America. I mean, it's the time. Chain reaction from one thing to another is going to come like that. And America really thinks that they're excluded from any type of catastrophic or destructive actions against us. The government needs to wake up. And people need to be woke. Peace. I'm gone. I didn't look at chat or anything like that because I do live once in a blue moon, mostly shorts. And two, I can write it better than I can speak it. Peace. Thank y'all for looking in and listening to me.